I'm certified divorce coach Gregory Leese, and this is today's Divorce Minute. In the last episode, we looked at using a couple of slow, deep breaths to control our lizard brain while our prefrontal cortex could catch us up to evaluate the perceived threats to see if we really needed to react to them quickly. Let's look today at how the lizard brain comes to the conclusion that something is even a threat to start with. When information comes into our brain, the brain's reticular activating system first screens it so that only what is considered important or a threat makes it through into our consciousness and gets sent to the lizard brain and the prefrontal cortex. We've seen that the lizard brain is much faster at reacting to that information because it uses a much simpler evaluation by simply matching it to see what it's similar to in our stored memory banks, and then takes appropriate action, appropriate for it, according to the emotions stored with the memories. It's an interesting fact that our brains don't store everything in memory. The things that are stored are the things that carry the strongest emotional content. So if you experience a situation with strong emotion, whether fear, anger, love, happiness, or sadness, it's more likely to be stored in your memory for future reference. And you're not even aware of the process. And the stronger the emotion, the more powerful the memory, even if you're not consciously aware of it. So if you were terrified as a child by a situation, especially if it happened frequently, perhaps by a father who frequently lost his temper, a strong fear is stored deep in your memory. Now, whenever a similar situation happens, perhaps your spouse gets angry, you perceive the situation as a threat. And your lizard brain matches the perception to the old memory, and you experience terror, even if it's not really warranted by the present adult experience. So what was really a threat as a child triggers the same emotion as an adult, even if that strength of emotion is not appropriate or helpful now. Fortunately for us, it's possible to reprogram our brains to overwrite the old memory with new information so that we aren't at the mercy of an old memory that doesn't serve us as well as adults. And that's what we'll look at on the next episode of today's Divorce Minute.